everyone. Wishing you all a very happy and prosperous new year. So, welcoming you today for another insightful episode of Wisdom Waves Wednesday. I'm Swati Gupta, and today we are diving on a topic that touches all of us: relationship, intimacy, and the challenges that come while balancing marriage and parenting. So, joining us is a wonderful guest, Purva Pavan, and a relationship expert and a founder of Mom Academia. With years of experience of helping couples and guiding women to become mindful mothers. Purva, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for accepting our invite.
Thank you so much, Swati. Wishing all of you all a happy new year 2025. And I'm so truly blessed and feeling grateful for you for inviting me over this session. Thank you so much, Swati.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Purva. So, as we welcome a new year, it's a perfect time to make a promise to ourselves, not to anybody else. So, this year, we are doing awesome in parenting. We are making sure our children are fine. We are making sure that our life is better. But are we making sure that we are spending enough time with our partners? Are we making sure that we are having a great relationship with our partner, or it is falling behind? So, this year, let's make a promise to nurture our relationship and create stronger bonds with our partners. Because relationship are the core of happy and fulfilled family life. So today we have an expert who is going to guide you how can we make our marriage bond so beautiful and so amazing along with the demanding challenges of parenthood. So let's quickly jump in. So, Purva, I have a set of about 5 to 6 questions. So, if you don't mind, can I ask those questions to you?
Yes, Swati, I'll be very glad to answer those. And thank you so much for considering me to be a part of your live streaming. Yes, thank you.
No,
Let's
it is
start.
certainly our pleasure because I know this is something which is very close to my heart. By the way, Purva also helps in conception. So, if you're planning for the second baby, she's the best judge to it. Am I right, Purva? You help in that as well.
Yes. First baby, second baby. So all those weavers who know, even other women who are planning their plan to motherhood, they are planning a baby, they can also approach us for a mindful conception.
Perfect. Beautiful. So, Purva, let's first start with the basics. Now, what is intimacy in a marriage and why is it critical part of a strong relationship?
When we hear that word intimacy, it is like those ooh la la movements, which
Hmm.
everybody has. So intimacy, I would say, is like that network Wi-Fi connection of
Hmm.
the mobile, of the it's the tower. जो
Hmm.
अगर ठीक नहीं है तो रिलेशनशिप में बफरिंग आ जाती है.
Right. Hmm.
इंटीमेसी इज इट्स दैट सॉस इन दैट रिलेशनशिप जो ना तड़का भड़का प्यार में जरूरी है. So it's
Hmm.
exactly like that. And
Hmm.
intimacy, I would like to say, is not just about physical, it is also about emotional intimacy, it is
Yes.
also
Hmm.
about spiritual intimacy, and it is
Hmm.
also about intellectual intimacy.
Hmm.
It is
Hmm.
very important part of the marriage. नहीं तो रूममेट मैरिज हो जाती है, इसके साथ हम
Ha.
रह तो रहे बट वी आर नॉट लिविंग.
Correct. Ha.
We are not sharing each other. We are not
Hmm. Hmm.
sharing. So that's what happens if that intimacy factor is missing.
Hmm. Wow. That's so beautifully explained. So now tell me, what are the common challenges which couples face in maintaining intimacy, especially after becoming parents, as unconsciously we are yet to prioritize parenting and relationships. So I'm always confused. Like, what are parents really prioritizing? What is the real thing? What are the common challenges, and how can we maintain it?
I would say the challenge is like right from the time we become parents, first thing
Hmm.
is time. Time becomes
Hmm.
the biggest challenge. The moment we enter parenting, na, diaper
Hmm.
बदलना है, 4-5 मिनट में सुसु potty means all these things
Ha.
come up.
Right.
So time is one major thing, and then it's the mother who wants to sleep, and she wants please इसी को कोई तो इसको थोड़ी देर के लिए ले जाओ. So
Ha.
time is a factor, and then what happens is like we get addicted to some habits, this
Hmm.
becomes a habit. Also,
Hmm.
exhaustion is a factor. It's one
Hmm.
big challenge.
Hmm.
थक गए आज चलो सो जाते हैं, and you
Hmm.
don't take time for those small little things which actually
Right.
matter so much, which
Hmm. Hmm.
actually is the tadka bhadka over the relationships, like actually
हाँ,
making the dish flavorful. We
हाँ, हाँ,
Indians are not used to eating bland. पहले
हाँ,
से सिर्फ नमक और पानी डाल के उबाल के सब्जी हम रोज नहीं खा सकते. So we
right,
need
right,
flavors. And
correct.
the main challenge is time. Second main challenge is exhaustion. And
Hmm.
third, very important, I would say, is
Hmm.
willingness. जो हम
Okay.
काफी टाइम के इसमें थोड़ा थोड़ा करके खो जाते हैं.
Hmm.
We at times willingly we are just not ready to restart it back. So
Hmm.
willingness is one major challenge.
Hmm.
Time and exhaustion.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. 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 So now tell me, let's focus on the solutions. Now, हमें problems पता चल गया. Now, what are the practical strategies can the couples use to help to spark and alive while navigating the challenges of parenting?
Like practical strategies, like solutions, I would say first thing is like you should have willing, because
Hmm.
marriage is a work in progress. Everything is a
Hmm.
work in progress. So
Hmm. Hmm.
marriage, if I say, like, it's not just a workshop. Marriage, some people say marriage is a workshop where he works and I shop.
Hmm.
Okay, so not
Ah.
taking that into consideration,
Hmm.
marriage is something which has to be worked upon with
Yes.
choice. Love
Hmm.
is a choice. So
Yeah.
one solution I would say is, redefining romance. हमें
Hmm.
ना बॉलीवुड फिल्म्स देख देख के इतना दिमाग हमारा ये हुआ है कि many times we have that idea of having a romantic relationship and
Hmm.
continuing it even after years of marriage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
redefining romance, having some lovely mini rituals for yourself as a
Hmm.
couple,
Hmm.
creating
Wow.
those mini rituals, small,
Hmm.
small things which matter. It can be,
Hmm.
giving 3 full minutes of attention
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
your spouse the moment they come inside the house. Yeah,
Hmm.
just 3 minutes, not much.
हाँ,
Like 3 full minutes of looking at them without any technology side mein rakhe,
right.
looking
हाँ.
at them. It can be a hug, or just those
Wow.
conversations of how was your day.
Hmm.
No,
Hmm.
one of that is one solution.
Yeah.
Second solution, after being parents, I would say, जिन सबने बता रखा है ना, all of them,
Hmm.
all those who have said कि बाबा बच्चे हो जाएंगे तो हम है ना आपके लिए, प्लीज
हाँ.
आउटसोर्स. आई वुड से प्लीज आउटसोर्स.
That's a myth. I
Actually,
completely feel it. Yeah.
actually,
Because जो
please.
संभालना है आपको ही संभालना है. Nobody's going to do it for you.
No, so that's why I say outsource. You have babysitters, you have your
Hmm.
like,
Wow.
parents, in-laws,
Hmm. Hmm.
relatives, cousins, जहाँ पे मिले 3 घंटा हमारे
हाँ.
लिए हम हफ्ते में ले रहे, या हर 15 दिन में एक बार ले रहे, 3 घंटा मेरे बच्चे को आउटसोर्स. So
हाँ.
so
हाँ.
that you get back into the grid of that relationship.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Wow. Wow.
that's
That's so
one
beautiful.
solution I feel, and yes, flirting is another one. Never stop flirting with your spouse.
How sweet.
बहुत करिए. Yeah.
That is so beautiful. That is so sweet. मतलब actually अब सोच के लगता है हाँ यार मतलब ये तो important part of life है मतलब ऐसा तो कैसे चलेगा life without flirting without doing those things.
Yes. Yes,
Wow.
flirting, having dirty talks with your spouse बहुत ज़रूरी है. I feel,
हाँ.
that is the flavor which adds to your relationship. आप किसी और के
Yeah.
साथ नहीं, you are with this person for your lifetime.
Yes.
So
Yes.
having that flavor added to your relationship is
हाँ.
completely a choice
Right. Right.
which you can
Wow.
make every day if you want. Five
Correct.
minutes every day.
Time, हाँ.
Start
It's not
from
that
5
much.
minutes.
हाँ. It is not that demanding also कि oh my God इतना time oh my God कैसे होएगा. So that is
Yes.
not there. Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Lovely.
Is
Lovely.
one more thing I would like to say is, many people think ki romantic show one basic thing. There's this
Hmm.
book called Five Love Languages. Okay,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
and it's so amazing when and everybody has a love language.
Yeah.
So there are five love languages. One which is words of appreciation.
Huh.
One which is quality time. Somebody likes to spend
Hmm.
quality time. One
Yeah.
is physical touch. One
Correct.
person would like to receive gifts, receiving gifts. Ki, yeah,
Hmm.
this is
Hmm.
my love language or something. And
Hmm.
one of
Hmm.
one of it is एक्ट्स ऑफ सर्विस कि घर के कामों में हाथ बटा लिया, छोटी-छोटी चीज़ों
हाँ,
में।
हाँ,
So
हाँ, हाँ.
understanding what is your basic primary love language and also of
Right.
your partner
Hmm.
helps a lot in, working your relationship. That's where
Right.
a lot of conflicts can be, reduced, and you can actually work on your relationship by understanding your love language. How is
Okay.
the way you love to express your love? How is the way
Right.
your spouse loves to express his love? Yes.
Wow, wow, that's so beautiful. So that also tells me one thing. Like I remember when my first daughter was born, and my husband was, always on a travel and all that. That made me so frustrated that why am I not able to spend time with my better half? But now because of my second child and we moving together at same, same city, so now life is like, oh, this is simple. I mean, that burden of parenting has also reduced, because not that he's sharing all the I was not doing that time, or with my first child I had done overwork. It wasn't that I'm doing the same thing what I was doing for my first child, but my second child it was more merrier, because he was there beside me. So that there beside you and you're able to communicate for those 5-10 minutes is
Yes.
your power. Just say I call it a power pack. That's a
Yes.
power pack for your next day, because you're getting rejuvenated. You
Yes.
are just not stuck with children, you're just not stuck with parenting. Obviously it's beautiful, there is no doubt the parenting is the most beautiful thing in this world, because world is not get a lot of people are wanting to be parents or not, so I feel very lucky.
Yes,
But
we are.
this time, this intimacy, that talk, that power pack time is very, very important. And I think you have answered it beautifully. That is so, so, so true. I can never agree with more, because once you have your mindset to do it, you will be able to do it. But when you're
Yes.
not even thinking about it, how the hell are you going to do it?
Yes, true. True. Very true, Swati. Like, and that companionship is what
Hmm.
matters the most.
Yeah.
Even taking out 10 minutes mindfully without, any other distractions for your partner
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
like a bliss.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I absolutely. So tell me, for the couples who are really struggling now, how do they start the process of reconnecting? And what are those small yet impactful ways to express love and appreciation daily?
Yes. So those who are really struggling, so I one thing I would like to say is, um, love is not the only thing which can keep a relationship. Like there
Okay.
are three pillars
Hmm.
to a relationship. So
Wow.
one of the pillar to the relationship is, never try to put down your spouse in front of any other person.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
so that's one pillar, treat them
Beautiful.
with
Hmm.
respect.
Hmm.
Another pillar is listen to them. Listen
Okay.
to them with an intention not to reply back, but with
Okay.
an intention to understand what your partner is trying to say. So that's
Okay.
very important pillar to strengthen your relationship, and see,
Hmm.
check which is that pillar which is missing in your relationship. And another
Yes.
one is communicating clearly. Many a times
Hmm.
we assume and we don't ask.
Hmm.
We think, हमें लगता है कि हम mind read, so not thinking of the other person कि ये तो
Hmm.
मुझे समझ गया होगा, इतने साल हो गए हमें साथ में रहते हुए, I'm
Hmm.
sure he must have understood me, or she must have understood me.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
communicating what you want clearly to your spouse is something which
Very
matters a
important.
lot.
Hmm. Correct.
And to those who are really, really struggling, I would say start small.
Hmm.
स्टार्ट स्मॉल, इफ
Yeah.
बहुत ज्यादा हिचकिच और ये स्टेचुरेशन तक आ गया है, स्टार्ट
Hmm.
स्मॉल, मे बी विथ वन स्मॉल मैसेज, वन
Hmm. Hmm.
स्मॉल नोट ऑफ एप्रिसिएशन, लाइक
Yeah.
समथिंग स्मॉल. अगर बात नहीं की जा रही है, सेंड अ मैसेज saying
Huh.
today is a new year, let's start new and fresh, I love you.
Hmm. Hmm.
That matters a lot. You matter to
Huh.
me, you know
Huh.
so start small. That's how you can just, you know and expand your heart, because love is a power which can create miracles in life.
Hmm. Hmm. How lovely. So sweet.
Start
So
small.
I love the idea which you shared today also. So I think you have a husband date today, right? Wherein you're going to share
Yeah.
this. So that is also a beautiful way wherein you are reflecting, okay, these are the personal goals which I was wanting to achieve, and as a partner, these are the things. So I really like this idea, because we talk about family goals, we talk about family vision board, we talk about everything closer to family. To what about husband wife?
Yes.
So husband wife is first, then is the family, because the husband wife, the family is coming to being. But if we forget the first essence of it, if we forget the roots of it, how will the tree flourish?
Yes, true.
It's the same thing. So I loved your idea. I'm today.
Yes, and also we have prepared a small list of questions which we are reflecting on. So we couldn't
Wow.
do it yesterday night, which we had
Hmm.
planned to. But
Hmm.
today we are surely going to reflect on those questions for our coming 2025. What are the
Wow.
things we need to change?
Wow.
So I think it's very much necessary,
Ah.
reflecting, talking on things, small things. That's why I said also, it's also a part of not just physical, but
Hmm.
emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. So
Yeah.
addressing
Yeah.
all these
True.
four aspects of intimacy with
Ha.
your spouse is a must.
Ha ha ha. Wow, wow. That's so beautiful. I so loved it. I mean, all these things are just not words. All these things really matter a lot. But can you
Yes.
share just three, four questions what you have planned to talk? Maybe that can give us a new perspective.
Uh, yes. So what I would like to say is, I told about the five love languages.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
so if anybody, like all those who are looking at this video, then it would be so great if you can discover what is first your primary love language. We
Ha.
even have a fight language, like they say love language. We also have a fight language. Like my husband's way of fighting is different with me, and
Ha.
my way of having a fight with him is different. So when you
Ha.
understand the love and fight language
Ha.
with your spouse, things can actually go so smoothly.
Ha.
uh,
Ha. Very true.
Understanding your love language and your spouse's love language is going to boost your relationship. And
Hmm.
even after going through videos or books, you cannot understand, then there are quizzes aajkal na. You can
Okay.
just go on five love languages. It's by Gary Chapman. And
Okay.
there, when you put in the all answers, you'll get
Hmm.
answers कि आपकी कौन सी प्राइमरी है, आपके स्पाउस की कौन सी प्राइमरी लव लैंग्वेज
Oh,
है, and then
lovely.
start doing it for them. If your
Hmm.
spouse loves gifts, appreciation उसको वो दे दो. If you love quality time,
Ha.
communicate it clearly to your
Ha.
spouse कि अच्छा
Right.
मुझे ना. And also tonality, instead of
Ha.
just having that blame game कि तुम तो बच्चे को देखते ही नहीं हो, या ये ना you never look at the child,
This is
you
a
never
common
help them.
problem. Ha.
Yeah, so there you can modify a bit of your tonality and say, I would
Wow.
really appreciate if you could make him ready on maybe alternate days of the school. I would
Ha.
really appreciate if you would do this. So tonality, changing your tonality, taking steps to improve the small things
Wow.
matters. Like changes brings about a lot of changes in relationship.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
even I have gone through that phase of jagada vagada, and like especially soon after delivering a baby, I
Obviously.
think.
हाँ
And
हाँ
then
लाइफ
we paved ways कि हाँ हम क्या कर सकते हैं इसके
क्या कर
बारे में.
सकते हैं, हाउ कैन वी इम्प्रूव? ब्लेम गेम इज इजियर बिकॉज ब्लेम तो हम हमेशा ही करते हैं, बट देन हाउ कैन यू मेक द रिलेशनशिप मोर स्ट्रोंगर इज व्हाट इज द रियल थिंग व्हाट यू कैन डू एंड यू शुड डू.
Yes, yes, true.
Absolutely. Wow, wow,
Hmm.
wow. So now comes to the next question. How do couples overcome communication barriers while parenting stress takes over?
Okay. Over this, I would like to tell one thing. You
Hmm.
know, if you're feeling hungry, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling, very irritated, and if you're
Hmm.
feeling like, lonely also,
हाँ,
or if angry, hungry, lonely, tired, ये जब भी
हाँ,
कोई feelings आए ना,
हाँ,
pause. Pause
हाँ,
button दबा दो.
हाँ,
For
हाँ,
and take a few breaths, because communication is the
हाँ.
key. Like
Absolutely.
key to the relationship. Like there are so many songs, it's only words, and words is all the only, like which takes my heart away. So like beautiful
Right.
songs which tell the essence of communication.
Hmm.
Everything depends on the tone, on the way you're communicating.
Correct.
So those I would say to overcome communication is, if you're feeling any of these four things, first thing is pause.
Hmm.
Pause कर लो, take a deep breath and think
हाँ,
upon कि yes, is it necessary
हाँ,
कि इस चीज को. And make the problem on one side, because you're a team. Don't make
हाँ,
it tu मैं, you versus me. If you
हाँ,
make it you versus me, to make it you and me
हाँ,
versus the problem.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So these are some things which can really, really, help
Help,
take out
हाँ,
your communication barriers.
correct, correct, हाँ, हाँ. Wow, wow. So when you said about the alternate day, actually we have done it. As my husband and me, we have done those alternate days of one day you will make Ribhav ready, one day I will make Ribhav ready, and actually that has helped us not getting too stressed.
Yeah.
I mean, those strategies are really helpful, and that happened because of communication. So I used to get very frustrated, assuming that my husband will understand, but unfortunately it is very difficult for men to understand. Like so I know this amazing theory, I'm sure Purva would also be knowing it. So there's a concept of water and rock. Now husband and wives are water and rock. Now wife is always a water, she's always flowing with the flow. Husbands are rock, so that's why the husbands understand only the black and white version of it, but women, mothers, and girls understand the between the lines version of it because they are the flowing water. They've learned, transcended from that. And because of which, if we don't communicate to our better halves about what we want, they will never understand.
Yes.
प्लीज डोंट अज्यूम दैट आपने बोला नहीं है और वो सोच लेने चाहिए और आपको हेल्प करना चाहिए. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल बिकॉज
Yes.
दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द बिटवीन द लाइन लैंग्वेज. दैट इज ओनली women can understand.
Yes.
So
They
next
cannot
time,
actually read in between the lines. That
yeah,
is
they
very
cannot.
true.
That they
Unless and
cannot.
until, because they are followers of instructions. उनको
Yes,
है कि
yes.
ये है aim. Like, they are very much, you can say, action oriented.
And data
So,
oriented. उनके पास
yes.
डेटा होते हैं, मतलब दे आर, मतलब अच्छा ये करना है, अच्छा ये करना है, ये करना है, दे थ्री थिंग्स करना है, ठीक है, ओके डन. अच्छा ये करना है, उसके बाद अगर ये प्रॉब्लम हो तो ये करना है, वो प्रॉब्लम हो तो ये करना है. दे डोंट नो दिस
Yes.
because women have that power, and that's why we are the nation givers. We are giving birth because we have that power to understand the tiny thing coming to this world, and that's why we are mothers. Men do
Yes.
not have that capability, and that's why they are not able to do it. So it's important to tell your men that I want this and I'm disappointed about this. They can do something about it. But if you don't say, assume that they should know, that is not possible.
Yes. And
So
saying in a
communication.
very, lovely tone is very important. The
Ha,
same thing can be modified in a beautiful way. Like you said,
wow, ha,
Swati, communicating clearly and in a
clearly. Ha,
beautiful way, positive way, जो कहते हैं ना,
yes,
instead of just blaming
yes.
कि आप नहीं करते हो,
Ha, ha,
telling कि I would appreciate if you do it. एक
ha,
बार बताओ, दो बार
wow.
बताओ, and I'm
Hmm.
sure they understand. Like,
Yes,
once you tell
absolutely. Ha,
clearly, they do. They are
correct.
very good for when it comes to
Followers.
following instructions. They're really, really good at
हाँ,
it.
हाँ. एंड दे वांट टू डू द बेस्ट. मतलब कौन
Yes.
चाहता है कि अपने अपनी वाइफ आपकी परेशान हो. आई मीन यू राइटली सेड इट्स वेरी इजी टू ब्लेम एंड स्क्रीम इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर हस्बैंड, आपने नहीं किया. वर्सेस यू चेंज द टोन. आई एम सॉरी, आई एम नॉट हैप्पी जो हमारे साथ हुआ, लेट्स डू समथिंग बेटर. और मे बी ट्राई समथिंग कि मुझे ना वो बहुत खराब लगा या मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगा. आप अपनी फीलिंग्स बताओगे तो अच्छा लगेगा. आप वही स्क्रीम करके बताओगे, वो टोनल एंगर से दिखाओगे तो दैट विल नॉट हेल्प because
Yes.
that leads to breakage. So tonality is very important, rightly Purva said. so
Yes.
so Purva, what is the role does individual self care play in maintaining healthy relationship?
A lot. A
Okay.
lot. Like some self-care, like, some people might feel कि it is selfish. I would
Hmm.
say it is self-ishq. बहुत
हाँ.
जरूरी है ये self.
That's my favorite dialogue. हाँ.
Yes. Because it plays a major role. Because just imagine, if the cup is empty, then you cannot pour anything. So
Yeah.
अगर खुद में प्यार है ही नहीं, you
हाँ.
cannot love yourself, you cannot do small things which matter to you and make you happy. How
हाँ.
can you expect the person in front of you to be
Hmm.
happy? So
हाँ.
self-love, it can be the smallest of smallest thing,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
To going from, going out for a walk in nature, putting on some lovely music, going
Hmm.
attending a yoga class, talking to your loved one, some
Yeah.
friend, or anything which can make you happy. It can do be
Correct. हाँ.
gardening or
हाँ.
just बाहर जाके पंछियों को दाने डालना. Small,
हाँ हाँ.
small things are important. Going to a spa for yourself, going for a hairdo. So whatever, just making a list of, you should know what makes you happy and not
Hmm.
forget it on
Hmm.
everyday basis. So
Wow.
those are like the mood busters, which can actually put you back into a happy mood.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
very essential for every
Hmm.
person to know what makes them happy. both
Correct.
both of them, especially after becoming parents, forget. पीछे सर्विस में लगे लगे लेके पूरा सेवा भाव हो जाते हैं, and they
हाँ.
actually forget at a point of time things which
Right.
make them happy. So it's
Hmm.
like,
Hmm.
very important for a person to,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. So now tell me, Purva, what is that? What strategies to can help couples prioritize their relationship?
First thing I said is willingness. They should be
Hmm.
willing to prioritize their relationship.
Correct.
Yes. So first thing is willingness, because everything is work in progress. Even
Hmm.
like if you take बच्चे को खाना खिलाना है, तो
Hmm.
एक
Hmm.
दिन में नहीं होता वो. It will
Correct.
take maybe months of him trying without spilling the food out of plate. So
Correct.
that's work in
Absolutely.
progress, and then he has got into that habit of eating properly. So
Hmm.
one strategy I would say is, treat your relationship like a VIP guest. वो
Hmm.
you should treat scheduling time is one very
Hmm.
important. It can be, I would give you a 1 2 3 magic marriage formula. Okay, I've also
Hmm.
put this up on my channel. So I
Wow.
call it 1 2 3 magic marriage formula as a
Okay.
strategy. So
Hmm.
one is, word of one, any line of appreciation for your spouse, both of
Hmm.
them. Okay,
Hmm.
like it can be a small thing which your spouse has done for the day, like, even thank you for, providing me a comfortable home, thank you
Wow.
for taking the kachra out, thank you
Hmm.
for,
Hmm.
taking care of the kid when I am little busy, or thank
Hmm.
you for getting groceries on time. So
Yeah.
one small word of appreciation for your spouse,
Hmm. Hmm.
like thank you for being a good mother, like like, any one small thing, thank you, the
Yeah.
dish is so good, whatever you have cooked is so good. So
Huh.
one line of appreciation.
Wow.
Two, I would say, is 2 minute hug or kiss, physical
Hmm.
touch, very important.
Correct. Huh.
2 minutes of hugging and kissing and cuddling together.
Hmm.
And three, I would say, gratitude.
Huh. Huh.
Gratitude, which is such an important thing. Count
Yeah.
your blessings. The more you count your blessings, the more you're grateful for, the more you get.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
the more you're ungrateful, the more will go away and you will be in resentment. So
Yeah.
1 2 3 magic marriage formula is: one, you appreciate your spouse every day. Two, you have to at least have 2 minutes of physical touch. It can be
Right.
small thing, hug,
Hmm.
kiss,
Hug
holding
or
hands.
kiss, anything. Huh. Huh.
And three, be grateful. In the
Hmm.
night, maybe you can have a ritual
Hmm.
wherein, along with your child, और both of you are together are expressing कि
Wow.
आज के दिन ये तीन चीजें अच्छी हुई, और
Huh.
अच्छा हुआ कि मैं safely घर पे आ गया. That's also being
Huh.
grateful
Huh.
for.
Huh.
We
Huh.
are grateful for the amazing meal we had, for the
Hmm.
lovely cup of tea we could drink
Right.
together.
Hmm.
Just
Hmm.
being grateful. So these three things
Wow.
I
Wow.
feel can actually do wonders.
Absolutely. I can't agree with you more because I always feel if you're grateful and you stop cribbing about what you don't have, you have to understand that world is miserable and there are a lot of people who are suffering even more than what you're doing.
Yes.
And when you look back and when you see and then you feel, oh my God, what are you doing? I mean, where were you and what were you doing? So I would like to share a small incident. So my mom had cancer and we were devastated when that happened because obviously nobody wants that. Now in my days when I was there with mama in Tata Memorial, and over there when I was seeing broken marriages, I was seeing miserable status of a young girl who was suffering from cancer. There was husband wife, their children had left them and wife was there in that place, and she was all covered because she had skin cancer, so the whole body was covered, only only the face was left. And uncle used to put sindoor every day to auntie.
Okay.
And then I was seeing people who were crying that I don't have money and all money is finished, now how do I get the treatment done? So when I looked back at those things, then we stopped crying that mama has a problem, because we realized my mom is in good hands. She's lucky that we are able to do what we are able to. We are standing tall as a family. We are there with her with any problems, although we did not like that mom answer. But when you look at other people, even in the worst of conditions, then you realize, no, it is bad for you to keep crying for your problems,
Yes.
because problems are a part of our lives. Similarly, for husband wife, problems are part of our lives. Husbands are super busy, wives are super busy these days. All both husband wife are working, so it's difficult. I mean, life is not easy the way it was when earlier, because earlier they had other challenges, now there are different challenges. So
Yes.
when you're grateful to what you have, then the lives are very beautiful and very different.
Yes. Yes.
Then you realize
Gratitude actually creates magic in our
it creates
all
magic.
our relationships.
Absolutely, you stand up and say thank you god, meko ghar diya aapne. There are so many people on the road.
Yes.
What if you had a bad thing and you were not able to, but if you're thankful, god also knows I can give you better things in life,
Yes.
because you've been grateful from inside.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we are truly divinely, guided and blessed every day. Like
Correct.
one very important example in front of my life is my parents and my in-laws.
Okay.
Especially my mother-in-law, she has gratitude for each and everything in her life.
Wow.
It can be getting a small cooker at the home. So she just says thank you in front of God. वो cooker रख के सिंदूर उस पे वो हल्दी कुमकुम डाल के she'll start using that cooker. So
Wow.
anything, whatever we get in our house,
Hmm.
I've seen her full of gratitude, full
Huh.
of and an amazing soul, amazing personality. She
Wow.
uh, really lot to learn from her. So I'm
Obviously.
also like feel divinely blessed to see such examples in front of my life,
Right.
in front of
Right.
me. Yeah.
So that also reminds me, Purva, you rightly said. So you are learning from your in-laws. Now, if you, as I mean, any of us, if any of us as parents, we are modeling that kind of behavior, imagine what a beauty we are children. They'll
Yes.
know that nothing is impossible, everything can be mended, and we'll talk and sort it out rather than piling our problems. Because we
Yes.
are living examples for them. They have seen us as parents to solve our conflicts, our problems, and we have made sure that we are spending time.
Yes. Very
Wow.
much. That's why, and that's a love language which we have seen from childhood. So a
Correct.
child observing their parents कि वो दोनों क्या कर रहे हैं. Like I'll tell
Hmm.
you, when we were kids also, people, anyone would say like, having, if you see somebody kissing or hugging, कि
हाँ,
आंखें बंद कर लो. But no, if you see your parents also doing that, getting a
हाँ,
bit, physical, holding hands, hugging, kissing, it's completely okay. I think we should
yeah.
normalize all these things. कि ये नहीं कि नहीं बच्चा है तो मत करो. You
हाँ,
should
हाँ.
express your love. You should experience it and show your children as an example of what
Correct. Correct.
amazing couple you are.
Very true, very true. Because we are models for children. We are models, right, Purva? हम अपने बच्चों को देखते हैं. अब I think when I see me, I feel I'm mama's absolute replica. Because when mama used to do that, I used to hate. Now when I do with my children, I'm like, shucks, I'm like my mother. तो मुझे खुद लगता है, तो हम मतलब अपने बच्चों को देख के हमें रियलाइज होता है मम्मी पापा कैसे थे और हम किसके चिल्लाते थे कि मॉम डैड क्या आप भी पीछे पड़ जाते हो. बट नाउ when I do it, I will like, oh, नहीं मुझे पीछे नहीं पड़ना. I'm becoming like my mom.
That's so sweet of you, Swati.
So,
We almost take like we keep learning since we are a child. We keep
yeah,
learning all this beautiful things from our parents, from our near
absolutely.
and dear ones. Yes.
Absolutely. So, Purva, which comes to our next point. Now, I have a fun rapid fire for you. Simple questions, 5 to 6. And our
Okay.
question bank is done. So, now, on a light-hearted note, I have prepared this small rapid fire. So, can I ask those questions?
Yes. Sure, sure. Waiting for it. Come on. Let's get it on. Bring it on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, what's your favorite way for couples to spend quality time together? Your favorite way? One.
Cuddling on a couch, and talking, having lovely conversations.
Okay. Okay. What's that small gesture that can instantly make your partner's day?
Making pasta for him. Okay.
ऐसे बोलते ना पेट से जाता है इनके दिल का
हाँ हाँ.
so one myth about marriage you love to burst.
Marriage is not what has been like shown as romantic. It is something which has to be taken into a matured. So it's a work in progress, and love is a choice made every day.
Wow, wow, beautiful, beautiful. What's your go-to tip for handling disagreements with your spouse?
Take a pause
Hmm.
and reflect. That's, I feel, is a go-to thing. Taking a pause and reflecting, and it shouldn't be you versus me. It should be we versus the problem.
Wow, wow, this is beautiful. We versus the problem. If people start thinking about, I mean, this is like a nirvana. ये तुमने जीत लिया भाई. Wow, I will remember this tip. We versus the problem. That is true because problem to है one-sided.
Mhm.
But if we are handling it as a team, then there's nothing which we cannot do.
Yes.
Wow. The best piece of advice you have ever received from someone
Um,
regarding
well,
relationship, by the way.
yes. So everything is, trial and test, I would say. So my
Okay.
mother-in-law, she keep, and even my father, he says, हमारी पांचों उंगलियां ठीक एक नहीं होती, एक साइज की नहीं होती. So
हाँ,
all our five fingers are so every day there can be ups and downs, but then what matters is staying strong together as a mutti.
wow.
So
Wow. Lovely, lovely. That's so sweet. That's actually true because somewhere you will be doing more in your relationship. Sometimes others will be doing more in the relationship, and हमेशा expect करना that everything is 50-50 is impossible.
yes,
Very true. Very true. I so agree with that. So, in one word, what's your key to successful marriage?
flowering of your heart, you should have it. Dil se karo.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Ha, correct, correct, correct. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. So, Purva, that is done with our rapid fire. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And it has been such an enlightening conversation. And before we wrap up, I want you to tell us something about yourself and what you do, and one piece of advice you want to leave to our viewers. You were talking about some challenge which you're taking place also. So I want you to say a little bit more about people who want to know about you, because see, it's a world where there are many mentors, many coaches, but I find you very approachable. I know that you will do everything from your heart. So I really want to know, what do you do as a nutshell of your work? Any particular challenges which you're taking place, which you were mentioning right the life? So I want you to tell our audience about that. I also want you to tell us about the real thing which you're doing, like the conception, and how you're helping in actually planning your own child, because I think in the stressful world we need somebody to help us and guide us with these beautiful things. So please, if you can share some of the things which you're doing.
Yes, sure, Swati. Thank you for this opportunity. So, hello everyone. I am Purva Pavan and I'm a mindful Momma Maker Coach. I call myself as a mindful Momma Maker Coach. And experience is one thing which has brought me to this purpose of life,
Hmm.
mindfully conceiving. I myself conceived 10 years after marriage, after having undergone a lot of treatments, lot of failed IUI, IVFs, miscarriage, and a lot of hormonal therapies, lot of part pujas, comments. So, I know what it feels to not have a child for a long time and then having a kid which has truly completed my life. It's
Hmm.
beautiful. As a woman,
Yeah.
we play so many roles. We are a
Hmm.
sister, we are a daughter-in-law, friend, employee,
Hmm.
wife. But this role is something I missed. And when I took a conscious decision of turning my life things changed for me. So when I stopped all the treatments and actually went inside ki exactly root cause kya hai, addressed it and conceived naturally. So
Wow.
that was one thing which gave purpose to my life. I know so many women. So I'm a mindful Momma Maker coach. I want women, and it's my mission to see them being their best versions. जैसे सब कहते हैं प्रेगनेंसी करनी है तो खुश रहो, स्ट्रेस मत लो. तो वो
Hmm.
एक्चुअली कैसे नहीं, स्ट्रेस कैसे नहीं लेना है, एक्चुअली व्हाट इज दैट हैप्पी मी फॉर्मूला. सो दैट्स
Hmm.
व्हाट वी डू इन आवर सेशंस.
Wow.
And it's a very holistic approach which is not instant like IUI, IVFs and all. So it's a very holistic approach where you do a deep emotional healing.
Hmm.
You be your best self. You get into your happy you version.
Hmm.
And we also have a lot of challenges because what happens is when we are unable to conceive, it takes a stress, it takes a toll on the relationship somehow.
Very true.
And
Hmm.
reconnecting that sparks in relationship is a major issue,
Wow.
not just for people who have kids, parents who are on parenting journey, but also for those who are unable to be parents. It's a
Hmm.
very major issue, reconnecting your sparks. So
Absolutely.
in our community, we have a beautiful 21-day love ignition challenge, and it addresses all the aspects of, communication, connection, intimacy, fun, growth, reflection. All these things are necessary.
Right.
So there it's like, you do all the small, small little things for your relationship and
Hmm.
boost your relationship, reignite on a different, explode in love, I would call.
Oh, wow. Wow. Beautiful.
So that is one challenge. And once I think you're connected with lot of love, creation happens with love. So we
Correct.
focus a lot on, love. Yeah.
Very
So
true.
this is,
Because when you are conceiving also and you're stressed, how will you conceive on earth? It is so
yes.
difficult, and unfortunately our world, people start saying, हाँ अभी तो बच्चा नहीं हुआ, अच्छा ट्राई कर रही है, अभी तक कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, लड़के को प्रॉब्लम है, लड़की को. तो मतलब people will say, and that will increase our stress forever. But the point is, you need somebody who can be standing behind you, beside you, holding your hand, and can
Yes.
help you thrive to the journey. And I
Yes.
think Purva can do miracle in that, and I can vouch because I've seen her beautifully doing. She talks quite less, but when she talks beautiful. And if you can see her, I mean, she talks with her heart, and that's the beauty of her. And that's why we can all the more trust her what she's doing with. So anybody who is looking for any kind of advice, maybe one-to-one session, any kind of challenges which you want to join in for Purva, so I'm going to tag her on my Instagram page as well as YouTube as well as LinkedIn. Please go ahead and connect with her. And I will also add her as a collaborator, so you would know it will go to her profile as well. So you can directly, or you can DM us in case you need any help. Because we are here to help you. So the purpose of Wisdom Waves is spreading wisdoms all across. Now, I can't be doing everything. I'm a parenting coach. I deal with certain things. I have my own limitation. But why I started this, it was with a purpose so that I can help you in other things also. And that's why I'm getting these kind of experts who are expert in their fields. So please go ahead and connect with her and enjoy what she's doing, as well as reconnect with your own marriage life. And yeah. So thank you so much, Purva, for sharing your wisdom with us. And thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Today is the first day of the new year, January 1st. So remember, your relationship as a couple is the foundation of your family. Take time to nurture it. You want to drink some water, Purva?
Yeah.
Drink, please.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Swati, for giving this opportunity. And I really had a good time conversing with you. Like amazing time talking to you on these topics, on these issues. Like
Mm,
really, really lovely.
always
It's
a
the
pleasure.
need of the hour.
Absolute need of the hour, and that's why when we discussed about it, we nailed the topic in 2 minutes, because this is something which we wanted to do it for our audience. We wanted to understand what are you going through, and there is no harm. And by the way, Purva keeps everything private. In case you want to share something and you don't want her to share with anyone, she would not, because this is your private life and we don't want it to be disclosed in front of anyone. It is your private being, it is your personal life, and we respect it to the most. Right, Purva?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. So let's make this new year a year where we prioritize our relationship and grow.
Sorry.
So until next time, take care, happy parenting, enjoy yourself, and wishing you a very, very, very happy and prosperous new year. Love you all and thank you all of you for joining in. God bless. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Purva.
Yes.